Hello and welcome to the Dead Air Dudes. I'm Izzy.
I'm Rocco, and we have special guests today, Dr. McCoy, lookalike himself,
The real.
real PBJ.
The real PBJ.
And we'll be discussing everything Star Trek, in particular Picard. I guess we're gonna do what? Are we doing just season 3, or we're gonna do a whole
We get the whole shebang, but mainly focus on season 3, the grand finale, the magnus opus, the over, the under, everything Picard 3.
So let me ask a quick question. As a sci-fi fan, but not so much, I apologize, of Star Trek. Is this the last season, or is it going to continue?
This is it for Picard.
All right, so here we go. So we're going to talk about Picard, focusing on season 3, go deep dive, as well as we mentioned, obviously, season 1, season 2, and take it away, boys.
Who wants to the real PBJ, beam us up.
Well, if you're a fan of the Next Generation or even any of the Star Trek iteration shows other than Enterprise, which we'll not speak of, this was a treat for fans, but not a big treat for sci-fi fans. I think if you're into sci-fi shows, you're really deep into shows that intrigue a little bit of science as well as some story and some very good special effects. This really didn't have any of that. It was kind of very predictable, but it also really, really paid homage to the hardcore Star Trek fans. And they brought in a nice mix of treating in Voyager, Deep Space Nine, then the Next Generation. But it was very, very much incredibly predictable.
So let me ask you let me interject one thing. So was this series essentially fan service or basically fan fiction to a degree? Meaning, all right, I can only equate Star Wars to this. The last 3 movies, I guess the sequels, right?
The garbage set.
Yes. It's fan service. I mean, especially J.J. Abrams won the first and the last. He just spewed out what supposedly we want to see. Now, is Picard like that? Like, did anyone want to see a Picard series or Next Generation series or whatever else?
Well, no, you know what? Season 1, season 2, season 1 especially got a lot of fan viewership. It was heralded. It was criticized and praised for its well-writtenness and then its underlying, bringing up of the Next Generation series, Picard. So it was reimagining, and it was AI, and it was data, and data saves the day, like PBJ said once, and a lot of stuff. Season 2 was garbage. Season 2 was horrible. And it wanted to be something it really wasn't. It could have been in 1 or 2 episodes instead of an entire series. I think 3 was just, let's finish this up. Let's send Jean-Luc on his way. Let's have closure and finale. And I will make this analogy, and PBJ, you tune in to see if I'm accurate or not. They had a great game plan to end the game. They fumbled at the 10-yard line, picked it up, fumbled it again, got intercepted, turnover galore, carried the body close to the 1-yard line, and somebody took its head off. And they never scored the touchdown. It was a complete and utter disappointment from midway to the end.
All right, for our fans who do not follow sports, can PBJ explain what Rocco just said?
We're talking about Star Trek, right? I just wanted to. Is it Combine Week? I don't know.
Right.
All right.
Let me put a jumping point off. It starts. Season 3 starts with 7 of 9 has her own ship. All these guys have moved on to their new stations in life, and a new enemy arises.
Time out. Why is 7 of 9 interacting with Picard and all them?
Because the creators that be decided to put Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Picard into this big brew
Okay.
and mesh them together.
Like different time periods?
There's a little time jumping in season 2. Actually, it's a lot of time jumping in season 2. Look, the bottom line of it, you know what they wanted? This and Izzy hit it right on.
Cash grab?
It's it's a pure cash grab fan service. That's purely what it is. You know why? Because they didn't make any new fans. I'm gonna compare it to a really good science fiction show, The Expanse, and that's a great sci-fi show that talks a lot of science, got some good story.
Social, political.
But you don't have actors that you know of, and like they're all like people that you don't have a Jean-Luc Picard, you don't have a Patrick Stewart, you don't have a hot alien, you don't have any of that. So
why watch?
Well, because you have a built-in audience that they wanted to keep Star Trek relevant. So you appease your already fan base by reeling out these old folks to entertain you one last time.
All right, so
bring them out.
Some of them had to be wheeled out.
There's
no new villains. There's no new villains.
They reassembled the entire, and God bless them, elderly crew of the Next Generation deck onto in a very disjointed and at sometimes cringy fashion.
Wait, so what we got? We got Q, we got the Borg, the Dominion, all the
Dominion.
Let's start with the Dominion. Okay, they introduce a new character, Vadic, who is on a ship on another level with weapons on another level. Herself, which again, this is where the whole disappointments start. Her and her crew are all foundlings. They're all changelings. They were captured and tortured by Section 31, the Starship equivalent to the X-Files, CIA, Secret Service stuff. They were tortured, okay, by the good guys and made into this ultra fighting unit. They rebelled. They're still part of the Dominion. They're almost unstoppable, yet they beat them, which was a complete, utter disappointment of massive proportions because there was so much potential there. Right. And so they defeat them right away. And then all of a sudden you introduce this insidious plan made by the Dominion and the Borg. The writers were trashed one night and high as a kite when they started to put this down on paper.
So, all right. Season 1. Can one of you guys give us a quick plot synopsis of season 1 and progress to the drunken stupor that was season 2?
Okay. Season 1 is basically Jean-Luc Picard dealing with his past.
Yeah, spoilers abound, everyone. So
Jean-Luc Picard. So you know what this is? You know what it boils down to is Picard dealing with his own past and his relationship with Data, who died saving him. And he had this incredible guilt that his friend or his artificial intelligence friend died to give Picard a second chance. And so Picard, there's this, which is really weird that this is happening. The whole show, season 1, is about stopping AI. And
apparently there's a Romulan Kabbalah group, if you want to call it that. That's an ancient order that protects the universe against AI. And there's a beacon. If you activate this beacon, it calls forth the assistance of a monstrosity, all-powerful being from another galaxy who is AI, because the AIs have made a bond with each other that breaks all barriers to save each other once the organics get in their way. Should I say more?
That's pretty much it. And then get this, spoiler alert, Picard becomes immortal.
Wait. So Picard dies in season 1.
Picard dies in season 1, and he's resurrected into an AI body, a synth body.
Take his brain, and they go whoop.
His consciousness was downloaded into a synthetic body. So it's not even just AI. It's AI, synth, consciousness. It was Altered Carbon meets Star Trek.
So how did Data feel about this?
Data loves it because Data is now infused with emotion type abilities. The thing that he was lacking to become.
Actually, Data's dead. What's still alive is like an echo of Data.
His neural network.
Yeah, like his actual body is dead, but his neural net it's like software. I mean, it's like he's alive in the cloud, but he's not.
And he was downloaded into another body.
And actually, there's a touching scene where he asks Picard for his final act of being human to kill him. He wants to experience death. It's touching. Everyone cries.
Season 1 was pretty good in that sense. Is that it was well balanced with emotions, with nostalgia, and with science and scientific. Season 2 is, oh good God, they have to go back in time again. Again, the time jump thing just ruins every series.
Not.
Well, they do it basically to stop Q, who's now interfering yet again with human nature. By the way, there's got to be a season 4 because season 3 ends with the reemergence of what everybody thought was a dead Q.
The word is there is no season 4, but it was a jumping point for a few spin-offs.
They're thinking of doing something called Star Trek Legends or something like that.
Supposedly 7 and 9 is going to have her own ship and she's going to have her own series.
I also didn't. I interject a couple things here. I also did read in an article that you guys probably saw the videos that Roddenberry estate using AI. You know, especially one in particular. We have Spock goes back to Kirk's death, where he died, picks up the pin, whatever we guys called it. You know.
Yeah, the emblem.
Now, it's been told the showrunner, I forgot the guy's name or the person's name, but he mentioned to the fact that a lot of what the books were canon of what happened with Kirk, and that supposedly Kirk is alive, running around somewhere within that universe. He's alive.
We actually get a tease of that in the 3rd season. So apparently, Star Trek. See, this is also where Star Trek shoots himself in the foot. They're supposed to be humans evolved to not have money, to not have political concerns. So they've evolved to the point where they can explore space because we're totally at peace with each other. So if you're totally at peace with each other, do you need a CIA? Do humans need a black ops operation? But apparently Starfleet, the Federation, has a black ops organization called Section 30, whatever it is.
Section 31.
Now we get a little fan tease at this because as Worf, Riker, and is it 7? Someone is on board. They broke into the black ops facility, and they're passing through different cells, like different rooms, and one room has Captain James T. Kirk written on it. So you're like, what? One room has from the old Star Trek movie Project Genesis, which was from the Wrath of Khan days.
Khan. Now that was
so. It makes you wonder. Are they keeping like their DNA in there? Are they keeping file logs of these people? Are they trying to resurrect and clone Kirk? I don't know how William Shatner feels about that.
They're being too cute to wrap up nostalgia.
They mentioned there's a guy who's playing Kirk now at some show.
Yes.
Saying that would probably be what would happen. I think what Shatner's like 80-something years old. I don't think.
Actually, he's 90. I believe he's 90.
God bless.
And he just got to go to space courtesy of Jeff Bezos.
Is there a predator behind you?
There's a hybrid Ewok, and what do you call it? Those tribbles.
So I'm kind of new to this job. So
Yes, I have an intern that's starting this week, apparently today, and so join the conversation.
so I'm asking, are you doing Star Trek or AI?
AI in Star Trek. Yes,
Okay.
we're melding the two.
I never watched any Star Trek.
So that was season 1, season 2, season 3. Again, we left with this Vadic person with the Dominion, and then he gets intertwined with the new Borg. The Borg were wiped out supposedly by Captain Janeway in Voyager. Not completely wiped out, but like sent out into the far reaches of the galaxy with almost crippled.
Wait, so
but somehow they.
Let me interject one more thing. All right, so now part of my my dumbness or my lack of
it's okay. Use the Force.
Is Janeway in this?
She was supposed to be. Something happened. I assume maybe contract negotiations or maybe just lack of interest, but she's not. She was mentioned, and there's a couple of crew members, especially Tuvok, who's in there.
There's a lot of cameos in season 3. There's a lot of cameos that pay homage to all the shows.
Still alive.
I was gonna say this. There was a lot of. I don't know if maybe some of you fans out there knows this. There's a lot of conflict during the Voyager days between the actress who plays Janeway and the actress who plays Seven of Nine. Because the entire crew, almost to a person, felt like all of a sudden in season 3 or 4 of Voyager, we have this hot Borg. Everybody's dressed in Starfleet uniform, but this person is in skin tight outfit. So they felt like it's purely for ratings. We just brought this incredibly hot Borg on, and she's in skin tight clothes, but everybody else is wearing just regular loose fitting.
Well, Jerry Ryan also has been quoted by saying that she was just completely feminized for her body and her looks, and that she can act. And showrunners just decided to run with this eye candy, for a better word, and it eclipsed the writing and just robbed the spotlight of the show.
But I think that may have led to why Janeway was not in Picard.
Possible, but it didn't stop them from alluding to her many times.
But because they don't own the rights. Forget her name. She was in The Black is the New Orange. But she's the person who played Janeway. She has no claims to the character.
Right.
So
which is what I mean. They couldn't put her on, but see, the thing is, what they try to do in Picard 3, in my opinion, is they try to make such a perfect meld of the entire Milky Way, from Gamma, Delta, and other quadrants. It failed miserably. You want to just touch upon the Dominion, who, yes, they in that great ending of Deep Space Nine, where there could have been an intergalactic cataclysmic war of trillions of casualties, it was stopped. Right? Yes, the interference of Cisco and the otherworldly spirits, but it was stopped in the Dominion, where a truce. They had Starfleet, the peaceful Starfleet, like PBJ said, designed a killer virus. And explain to me how a virus works on an entity that's fluid. And the Borg can't assimilate them because they have no DNA. And it stops. But they have the Jebedar. They have the Bree. They have 1 million of allies. If they join forces with the Borg, how the hell does Starfleet even have a chance?
And that's why.
Holy cow!
And that's why.
Cover your eyes.
I'm going to say this in a nutshell, Izzy and Raka.
I'm in a nutshell.
The only reason they made this was that so Picard can save the universe one more time, which is pure fan. Are we not
sick of it? Are we not sick? The ending was so contrived. I almost puked a couple times. Thank God I didn't eat anything. I dry heaved.
It was so predictable. By the way, you have a Sanjawa in behind you. But anyway,
did Worf go out like like a warrior at least?
Yes, yes.
No. Worf has.
What are
found
you kidding
peace.
me?
Worf is like doing yoga.
Wait, he's maybe doing yoga, but Izzy, he kills like 50 people. I mean, he's become a like a samurai teacher. He's ascended.
So
Well, that
now
portion of the show, he was neutered.
So he became Ghost Dog, basically.
he has his own chamber in Shaolin. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Oh boy.
No, I just suffered a mini stroke right now.
Ghost, wave the dog, wave the ghost.
So many things went wrong here at the finale of Picard 3. They're basically in what's her name's bar,
10 forward.
10 forward bar, and Whoopi
Goldberg.
Goldberg's character. They're basically playing cards. They might as well be holding hands in Kumbaya on a fire, and it's so cringy. See, look, we put PBJ in life support. He's intubated.
All right. Well, I mean, you guys. So what happened in season 3? So it's the final battle within all these
Okay, yeah, we're forgetting one major component.
who have been taken over by the Borg. Am I getting this correct?
Oh yeah, go for it, PBJ.
Okay, we forget one major component.
This is a great one.
All this time, whenever the Borg has infiltrated the transporter systems of all ships, so every time if you get transported somewhere, you get a virus put into you that actually is a Borg implant.
Oh god!
So everyone becomes infected except for
into your genetic makeup.
But ironically, if you're over the age of 60, you don't get this. So the original cast, who is 60 years old, is immune. And then
like
Picard
singles.
Then the dumbest part of it all, Picard has a son
that he didn't know about.
That he didn't know about. So paternity test Tuesday.
Crusher.
Yes, with Dr. Crusher.
Oh, very good.
Wait,
good. You can put the script together.
And where's Will Wheaton in this?
Okay, there's another thing that is also problematic. Will Wheaton is with another type of CIA faction of the Star Trek universe that are a bunch of time travelers who protect time.
I'm sorry.
Time bandits. He's part of time bandits, and he's going to link up with Loki.
Yes, he's meeting with Loki.
Havoc.
And they're going to have everything tied to Marvel.
Going to have a grand old time.
Good question.
With Kang the Conqueror.
Marvel.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Mike, Izzy, I'm not kidding. He's like an undercover time traveler agent. Will Wheaton. Will mother flipping Wheaton.
He's like Kane. He's doomed to walk the earth, but the universe.
So we only see him in one episode at the end of Picard 2, season 2, where he's actually recruiting someone to join his time bandit army.
And he's recruiting an AI.
So and then he mentions.
So besides the I guess the Easter egg of Kirk, isn't Spock running around there still alive or no?
Spock can never die. Clearly, in every movie, in every iteration, Spock actually they have set the groundwork for the rest of Star Trek. Nobody can die. You just download their consciousness into a synth body, and you're good.
But that's pretty much Marvel's. Marvel does the same thing with multiverse, with time travel. Nobody can really die.
No, the X-Men right now. I mean, you guys can not correct me. The X-Men right now, they live on
an island,
internet island, in which somehow now they found a way that they're immortal. They can die, but they come back. Like their bodies are so they're essentially are they keep coming back. So you cannot kill any mutant. So kind of the same thing as Star Trek, I guess.
Oh, I get that they don't want to kill off people, but at some point, how about you have writers create new characters? That's kind of
New species. They brought back the Borg and the Dominion together. I'm sick of it. We're done. How many times can you be resistance is futile and I'm going to shift my body into a trash can? I mean,
How about
the lack of ingenuity.
How about having other humans being the villain? I'm kind of surprised how in the future we all love each other and then the aliens are
it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't that's one of my big gripes with Star Wars with the latest trilogy. I thought they were going somewhere where you don't have to be a Skywalker or a Palpatine to wield the Force. What it could be anything or anybody, any creature, but they don't do that. They still keep it with this small family that rules the universe.
I found that to be one of the most offensive crimes of Star Wars is that something that is intangible, the Force, whether it's bad or good, is passed by genetics.
Tangent boy, go back. Let's go back.
Okay. So with Picard again, it's great for fan service, not great for sci-fi. They did try with Star Trek Discovery, which was helmed by one of the Walking Dead stars who left Walking Dead. They tried to go that route of doing more science. They had a creature in there called a telegrade. A telegrade, is it the tardigrade? Tardigrade, which is like basically imagine a small microbe that became like the size of an elephant, but it can travel through space. They're trying to harness that. So they were actually going into a sci-fi route, and they had whole new characters, no Spocks, no Picards, no, and that was pretty good.
No, also no.
What's that?
Were they also in this show or no?
No, that's way in the future.
Okay, so why does everything tie into Marvel or The Walking Dead, and why does every game, like every horror game, tie into something with FNAF or any other horror game?
I know it's a great question, intern.
It's a great.
So
it is.
Right on.
Always does it.
I saw bits and pieces of that new Star Trek. I mean, I think the writing wasn't strong. I applaud them for the attempt to set a new chapter with all new characters. I applaud them, but the writing was not strong. I'm sorry. Performances are as good as they can, and the visual effects were pretty good, but the writing wasn't strong. I don't understand why you can't take some really good foundation pieces of tenets of Star Trek and mold them into something very innovative.
Oh, they have. It's a show called The Orville.
Oh,
I was going to say,
yes. Death is sending you a check in the mail right now.
With Tim Allen and Sigourney Weaver. What was it called?
That was a very good Galaxy
That was
Quest.
awesome.
That was awesome.
I thought that was great.
That was
pretend to be fake awesome. Star Trekians, and
that was an awesome show. That was an awesome movie.
What movie here, ladies and germs, is that Picard is, I hate to keep saying it's a mixed bag, but more on the negative side as opposed to the positive side. If you're a fan of said genre, series, whatever, then you probably will enjoy it more than others. But if not,
you're not missing anything.
You know what? It draws you in because you're nostalgic for Star Trek, but I can't see a lot of hardcore fans enjoying the direction it went.
Yeah, it was very predictable. It was incredibly predictable. Nothing new here. It just was like, hey, it's great to see the old gang. That's it.
For that, pop in a rerun.
Ooh.
Or watch the Orville. Okay.
All right, next will be PBJ Solo on the Orville, greatest show on earth.
Anything else you guys want to say about the show? I mean, how about this? How about we get a rating from you guys? And
okay,
we can do this series overall, instead of going season 3, considering we all know that season 2 was shite and season 1 was good, very good, and season 3 was subpar, right? I guess. No?
So out of 5 apples or stars, how do you want to do it?
You want to do 5? You want to do 10? It's up to you.
Out of 10, I'd give it a 5.9.
Oofa.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 6.4.
I'm sorry, 2. Season 2 dips it down. Otherwise, I would have been close to the neighborhood of PBJ, right underneath it, like an undercarriage.
I never watched the show, so I don't have a reading.
Thank you, intern. You need to brush up on the show.
Yeah, I do.
But yes, that's what I would say. Listen, for nostalgia, watch it for completion, but spare yourself from high expectations. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
That's a resounding no from Izzy. So I will not be watching it. And
You have to do your hair.
I'll watch a rerun of Andor.
Oh,
No, I'm not. No way.
Wait, that might possibly be worse. Okay,
I never watched
Phasers.
it. I don't know if that's bad or not.
intern, don't say these things. Okay,
Phasers on stun. Okay.
Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you when we watch. When we do a deep dive on the Orville.
we will. Very good. Till we see you again, Orville. What is their catchphrase there? I keep forgetting.
Live long and prosper.
This is Live Long and Prosper.
Kapla, today's a good day to die.
At least I know this.
Oh, wait, that's the Klingon Empire. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Take care, everyone.
Take care. Thank you, like, subscribe. Remember to always save the whales. What's that, Star Trek 3?
Save the whales? No.
Save the whales. 4.
Ball 5.
3.
Oh.
No, 3. When they went to San Francisco and they saved the whales.
No.
That's 4.
That is 4. My math has never been so strong. It actually is kind of favorite.
Star Trek 3 is the search for
It's not
Spock.
better.
Star Trek 4 is the voyage home. Star Trek 5 is the search for God. Star Trek 6 is the undiscovered country.
Who's for God?
Yes, we won't talk about Star Trek 5.
This is kind of concerning that was on your fingertips. But we'll leave it at there. Thanks, PBJ, for your expert Star Trekonian.
I don't know.
See you on Vulcan. Okay.
Good night, everyone.